where we update you on the quarter. Let's begin with the data.
This year, Northwestern reached a historic high of 6th place in the U.S. News College Rankings, which is no surprise since everyone I've met at Northwestern is easily a 6.
Northwestern jumped to 6 from 9 in the National College Rankings. Good job on 6'9", Wildcats. You're 6'9", like no other.
In a recent interview with The Daily, each of Northwestern's 12 a cappella groups shared their plans for the year. Spoiler alert, none of them plan to have sex.
Northwestern's preliminary admissions data released in October revealed an overall increase in the historically underrepresented groups within the class of 2028, with an increase of about 1.5% in the amount of Black and Hispanic students enrolled. Now, while we're on the right track, don't forget that NU is still a PMD PLI, a predominantly my daddy bought the library institution.
Northwestern Medicine expands its basic nursing assistant training program, which is a huge victory for the worst girl we went to high school with. The history book, The Meow Show at 50, was released in October from the Northwestern University Press. This book details Meow's routine colonoscopy.
A Northwestern-led team of engineers have developed a new type of wearable device that stimulates skin to help people experience feelings they otherwise wouldn't, like helping an amputee gain feeling in their prosthetic, or a communications major feel the sensation of holding a paycheck for the very first time.
Or a McCormick guy feeling the touch of a woman.
And now, kids.
Northwestern men's basketball icon, Boo Buie, signed a 2-way contract with the New York Knicks. Minutes after seeing Boo's signature.
The city of Evanston has been the host of a conflict between the pickleball and tennis communities, debating whether to build pickleball courts or renovate the tennis courts. A conflict some are calling the biggest battle of white people since the Civil War.
The Northwestern women's field hockey team just won a national championship. After our own Maddie Zimmer was named Big Ten Player of the Year, which led many Northwestern students to say, we have women's field hockey.
In other serious news, campus dining workers have been picketing for new contracts after the company responsible for dining hall employment reportedly only offered a 5-cent increase in hourly wage. In other news, Northwestern has announced an $80 million bouncy house on the Lakeville for Pat Ryan to play with before bedtime.
A Romanian man set a world record for being able to hit a piano key 500 times in just 30 seconds. He stated that this effort was made to honor his mother. And based on how fast his fingers move, he's honored many women.
An Instagram-famous squirrel named Peanut was detained and euthanized by New York State authorities after they determined it was a safety concern. I know. In recent comments, the state authorities stated that perhaps the encounter would have gone differently had the squirrel stopped resisting.
A Northwestern intercampus bus was struck by a bullet on its way to downtown Chicago. Somehow this occurred despite warnings from students' mothers about how dangerous the big city is.
And in my good American opinion, this was an unspeakable tragedy. But Bus's reaction was truly patriotic. In the face of an assassination attempt, Bus insisted on pausing in the street with blood streaking down its windshield, pumping its tire in the air. The crowd, shocked, screamed back, USA! USA! Campus S Bus will forever be remembered for this moment. And if you ask me, I think it's just one of the election.
That's right. Call us your uncle after 2 Bud Lights because it's time to talk about the election. President Trump, will return to the White House after a stunning re-election in both the popular vote and the Electoral College. Early analysis pins this victory largely on college students for not posting enough infographics. Shame on you, Julia, she, her, just for fun, Northwestern 26, businesses link below.
Northwestern students' responses to Trump's victory have been varied, but by far the most popular coping mechanism has been making it about yourself. I don't feel safe living in a state that voted for Trump, says a white guy from Michigan.
Guess I won't be able to get an abortion if I need one, says virgin from California.
What if I'm never able to marry the person I love, says straight woman who kissed a girl at a Suzical Fundy.
About what it means to be an American. And one of them wrote, "Touch me while your boys play Grand Theft Auto."
And in true 2024 fashion, it's going to seem really obvious who should win. And then at the last second, voters are going to disrespect a black woman.
But there's so much hate out there right now. Let's talk about love. A poll of students by the Daily revealed that 42% of Northwestern students are virgins. Additionally, it was found that the McCormick School of Engineering and Applied Science has reached its highest enrollment ever, making up exactly 42%.
Wait, 42% of students are virgins? I actually can't think of a joke for that. It's just sad.
You think that's sad? Do you know that the marriage rate between Northwestern students peaked at a rate of 2.5%?
Really?
And that was in 1979.